hello, Internet world. Welcome to Keeping It Real. Your regular host, Dennis Aloia, is off doing magical things with his magical act tonight. So I am Vanessa Hundley, a.k.a. DJ Audio Prism, stepping in. And I have the lovely Steph Palermo of the Just Steph radio show on Love 860 AM.
Yes.
And we also have Henry Caldas of Cornerstone Insurance and Financial.
Hello there.
We're going to be keeping it realer than real today, guys. Absolutely. We're going to start off, of course, by talking to Henry because we, always need to talk about money. Most of us are like, oh my God, so overwhelmed. Insurance, money, where do I start? And I know you specialize in commercial insurance and finance.
Yes. I do help companies to save money with the insurance, and commercial insurance usually involves so many other areas in their business, and they kind of lost, So I'm pretty much the problem solver when they have some issues with audits, underwriting, inspections. So it kind of, it's a complete package. Right. And usually agents, when they sell the insurance, they really don't really explain all the details. So, I realized that, there is a need for somebody that will take the time and go over and help the clients with all the other issues like the inspections, things like that, the clients that really don't know how to handle.
Now, the sphere of commercial insurance that you cover, is it more building insurance or do you do event insurance? Because I know there's different types of commercial insurance.
Correct. My niche is actually construction. That's my specialty.
Plenty of that in Atlanta right now.
Yeah. So I can do for any industry, but I specialize in construction. That's really,
So home or it doesn't matter. It's just...
Doesn't matter. Anything related to construction, that's what I pretty much do.
So do you deal with, when people get hurt on the job?
I do. I help with claims.
And you have to deal with OSHA?
I do. I usually go to represent the client to OSHA when the client got a ticket. And I know the director of OSHA here in Georgia. And, I do try to negotiate in the client's behalf, see if I can reduce some of the tickets and correct the mistake. That's part of my job.
So what happens when the OSHA regulations have been violated and you have, are you able to work that out?
Usually I am. First thing that I do is I talk to my client and I try to correct the mistake with my client. That's the first step.
Right.
Because I find that in the construction industry, everybody's in a hurry to finish the job.
Right, deadlines.
And deadlines, they're under the gun, and they really don't pay attention to the details and the safety that they have to follow. So basically, my first step is to talk to the client.
Find out what happened. Get the story.
And make sure that I correct that mistake.
Right.
And sometimes it's not really pretty because they're used to do business in a certain way. And, one guy like me comes, from the outside, start telling them what to do. Usually people don't like that.
Right.
But it's part of the job.
Right.
And the second step is I go to OSHA and represent my client, and, I try to negotiate, and I explain that, we are taking, progress and, change the ways of doing business in order to, I don't want ever to happen again, pretty much. So
when you take, what you do is you say, hey, we've corrected this.
Correct.
So it's like you're stepping in first so that you correct the issue, and then you can take that to OSHA and they can say, oh, okay, this is going to be okay.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So whether it's, wearing your hard hat, being harnessed.
Absolutely. And that's the basics. You'll be surprised. They don't do it. They don't wear it. It's amazing. I mean, I deal with a lot of framers, and it's one of the toughest class code that we have. And, they just don't pay attention. Right. The roofers actually got smarter because they realized that,
well, they're going to get killed.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those higher casualty, higher injury. Yes, they are.
So it's
just
really
reading
tough.
some statistics about
it's amazing.
Injuries. Yeah.
I'm dealing with a death right now. For one of the employees of the company. It's really tough. So I try to use compassion, and I always tell, look, it's not about the money; it's about one's life.
Yes.
Always, and health. But I find that 80% really pay attention. There's always the 20% that don't really care.
Yeah, there's a lot of that across different industries, really. You can really, if you step back and look at industry, see the ones that are really adamant about dotting their I's and crossing their T's, and then the other ones going, we're going to throw up this little one-stop shop, try to get as much money as we can out of it, and then dip.
Absolutely. They disappear in the system.
Well, I mean, I have to say, though, that you're not just dealing with the individual, you're dealing with their families if there is a significant injury and there's loss of wages, not to mention, God forbid, a death or...
Agree. Absolutely.
So...
And a lot of people in the construction industry, they are from other countries, right now.
Right.
I mean, we find that, it helps to speak a second language, to deal, and sometimes I have to expedite the benefits to a country, outside the United States because, the family, this person, all the family is, overseas, so it just gets a little complicated sometimes to expedite the benefits, if something happens.
Yeah. Have you always been in commercial insurance and
No,
finance?
I started doing personal lines, and I was a
Okay.
stockbroker when, while back in the 90s. And I like personal lines. I'm very familiar with personal lines, and I find that commercial insurance, it's very, dynamic. It's a lot going on, especially in the construction industry.
Yes.
It always keeps me moving.
And I'm sure a lot of different nuances where I guess
Pretty
with
much.
personal it might get kind of maybe a little repetitive.
Pretty
sort of,
much.
to a degree.
I have people coming from South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee to see me with the different issues.
How many states are you licensed in?
I am only licensed in Georgia,
Okay.
but I got a reputation in other states because it's all referral.
Yeah, of
My business is
course,
90% referrls.
Excellent state to be in. Yes,
And
guys.
basically, I don't advertise much. I actually don't advertise at all. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. And just, people call me and say, what's different issues? So they come to Georgia for me to be able to help them.
That's excellent that you have that kind of draw like that. How wonderful. So what do you see is, I know you said that at this point you take most of your clients on a referral basis.
Correct.
You're not generally out there, like Aloia, the younger, hungrier generation behind it might be out there just, tossing out hundreds of business cards and going out to all the meetups and the handshake groups and stuff. But you're at this point. Do you have other sectors that you're interested in looking at or growing into, or is there any way that you want to refine what you're doing now or are you just kind of more trying to stay focused at the level that you're at now to help as many people as you can with your expertise?
It's a very good question. I've been thinking a lot about that. I actually have my eyes in different opportunities right now. I really, basically I'm going to keep the business as it is, just, working on a referral basis. But I'm looking into different possibilities right now. I have, because I deal with business owners all day long, and people call me, hey, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about that idea? So, and right now I have a couple of ideas that I think I find pretty interesting, and, we'll see, just time will tell. But I'm not really in a hurry to do anything right now. My main focus right now is to take care of my clients, make sure they are in compliance,
Yes.
and and they implement all the safety programs that we have available for them. But I would like actually to enjoy some time off and do something else, because I think I like to work. I'm one of those crazy people, I like to work. I enjoy going to work.
Do you have a team with you, or are you solo?
I do. I have a team with me. I have a team with me. In fact, since I do consulting for these companies, if a client have a need for bookkeeping or needs to talk to a good accountant, I can refer. I have somebody that I work with that I can, recommend to a company, or if they need a good lawyer or something like that. I have a huge network of people that work with me.
And so are a lot of your clients small business, or are we talking about corporate?
Corporate, but it's small also.
Okay.
Well, pretty much everything. I have done consulting for big companies, but the majority of my clients is small to medium size.
Okay. What are the most exciting trends that you've seen in construction over the last couple of years? Because, we had that big dip in construction back in 2009, 2010, and there was all these empty houses and everything kind of went stagnant. Do you see more new building or more overhauls of existing structures going on right now?
I think right now we have a lot of new building right now. And, I remember in 2008, I saw it coming. And at the time, I decided to sell half of my book of business at the time because I just saw it coming. I was, I thought it was crazy, the way they were doing business.
Yes.
And I said, well, you know what, I think it's the best time to get out of that a little bit. So I sold half of my book of business at the time. And I have an impression that, it's a very fragile economy, and anything could really affect the housing industry.
I absolutely believe that. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to step away from the earning of finances, and we're going to work on how we can spend those finances all over Atlanta.
That's
with
right.
Steph Palermo of Living in Atlanta.
Yay!
Very nice.
Okay.
Hey folks, Brian T. Shirley here on the set of American Hearts Radio WEBTV Network, Keeping It Real show tonight. I'm going to be shooting with my good buddy Dennis.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Dennis Aloia. Yeah, I got a question for you. Do you like magic?
Set one down, reset one up. And back there. Not bad, going from zero to getting rich pretty quick, right? Okay. Now take one little step forward. One step this way. Here's the grand finale. Are you ready? Look out at your audience, Stephanie. On the count of three, I want you to bend your knees. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good.
Do you like comedy?
Touching each other. What about y'all? How long? 4 years married? No, just together. Okay. Y'all don't know either. It's kind of like, whatever. It's just a piece of paper. Man, we are in the deep south, aren't we? Just a piece of paper. My grandma had a rock that said, we're married. Then they broke it in half. They were divorced.
How about improv?
Yeah, how about improv?
What about that improv?
Hey, I like it.
There's no way that he stole a napkin.
Because
I shall finish my own sentence. Except for this. No way that he stole a napkin from said.
setting the stage.
Very dramatic.
And I also know that he is the perpetrator because under that wig he's a red-headed woman.
You lie, son! He has his birth certificate and his Johnson to prove it.
Anyway, we have a show that we do. It's called the Magic Comedy and Improv Extravaganza, and we can bring it to you. Ain't that right, Dennis?
That's right.
And if you want to bring our show to your venue, all you got to do is email me at brianTshirley@AOL.com, or how about Harmony Booking?
Harmony Booking would work, yeah. You can go to harmonybooking.com and contact those folks. We work through them for many events, and they'll be glad to help you and book us.
So check out our show. It's the Magic Comedy and Improv Extravaganza, starring Dennis Aloia,
The Amazing Dennis.
the amazing Dennis, and myself, Brian T. Shirley. It's always fun. See you there.
And memorable.
And memorable.
Yes, all right. See you there.
We are back, guys. As you can see, that is Dennis Aloia and Brian T. Shirley's show that they've been put together. Dennis being a master magician, Brian being a master comedian. You can have magic and laughs all night long, and they're both excellent entertainers. And make sure you check down in the link below, because there will be a link possibly to that commercial and also to the show information that you should have. So next up on the chopping block, we got Miss Steph Palermo of the Just Steph Show.
Hi. Thanks for having me here tonight. I'm so excited to be here. Nobody's realer than a Boston girl.
Oh, no, absolutely not. You can hear it. She's got the hair thing to go with it, too.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us, first of all, about the show. When,
okay.
where?
I'm on Thursdays, 11 to 12:30 on Love 860 AM. And we're also on iHeartRadio. I have... after the fact, I'm a podcast on iTunes, and we publish all the links on love860.com, so you can either listen to it on AM or on the internet, and you can also watch us. And we live stream on Facebook and Periscope, so we're filmed and everything else, so you get to see some stuff from behind the scenes, a little behind the scenes conversations. So it's lots of fun, and we are geared towards what I've coined as second lifers. We're empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over. Age 3, your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. And it's essentially the over 40 crowd, but it doesn't have to be. We are dealing with, second lifers who, for the most part, when we're out there in the world, we're the ones spending a lot of our disposable income because we have more. So we're going out. 50 years ago, second lifers were old.
Yes.
So today we're traveling, we're working out, we're night clubbing, we're dining out, and we span across a couple of generations. So it's not all just the Generation X or whatever that is that we are, and I don't even know. Whatever it is,
blurry on the line.
So whatever it is, we sort of span the different ones because we're essentially anybody who fits that category till you stop going out and doing things. So there's a lot going on in and around Atlanta, but we also talk about on the show all aspects of healthy living for second lifers. So there's health aspects, emotional issues, and dating. I have the Just Steph rules of dating, and I always have a great guest on who is relevant and relative to second lifers.
I just have to put it, when Henry and I were talking leading up to the show, he actually knows your last guest.
Oh,
Ken Anderson.
Oh, Dr. Ken. We love Dr. Ken. Oh my gosh, he is the best. I love him. He's so fun. So Dr. Ken is great. But I've had doctors, lawyers, event hosts, nightclub owners, local entertainers, chefs, restaurant owners, anybody who would have anything of interest to second lifers, physical fitness people, all of that stuff. I have a travel expert and local DJs. And so we talk all about that. And so we have all that great stuff. And then the last half hour of the show is called Living Atlanta for where to go this weekend in Atlanta.
Yes.
And we just started this week live streaming on Facebook the daily Living Atlanta events. So if you want to catch on Facebook, I am doing that every day where I'm talking about what is going on tonight. So I talked about the show already.
Most excellent.
But there's all kinds of things going on. There's great restaurants. They have half-price bottles of wine. They have music. There's so many wonderful supper clubs that have popped up all over the city. OTP, ITP, they have great food, great events. All the local bands are sort of hitting all these venues.
Yeah.
So you'll see like Bumpin' the Mango or Joe Granson or Slippery When Wet, and all these different bands that are going to Cosmopolitan Live. They're going to Venkman's, where a couple of guys from Yacht Rock own Venkman's. They're at 37 Main. So they're at all these different places, and they just opened one in Woodstock too. And the name eludes me, but escapes me. But that's because I'm a second lifer. So, and I can claim that. I can claim that. I've had a senior, calls to Shady Pines, but, I've had a senior moment. But, whatever the case is, it's just, there's so much going on, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, where do you like to go, Henry? I know you're kind of around the Brookhaven area. Do you stay around that area when you're
Pretty much. I just try to the new restaurants around, and really, I probably have to tune into her show more often.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I was going to
learn
say,
where to
name
go.
3 places, Steph. We'll see if he's been to any of the places you regularly mention on your show.
Davio's.
Yes.
You've been to Davio's.
Ah, excellent.
That's good. Okay. New York Prime.
Yes.
There you go.
Excellent.
See, you're getting
So
out
far,
there.
Getting somewhere.
You're getting, yes. Okay, so I'm going to...
What's the third?
Okay, I'm going to pick something a little bit outside of Buckhead.
Okay.
Because how about Barcelona?
No.
There's one in
Barcelona.
the Old Fourth Ward,
Yes.
and there's one in the West Side.
I knew that
I
they
said
had
that
a
because I
wine
love it.
deal on Sunday or something like that. And from time to time, they have a wine deal there. I've heard about this place.
Yeah, Barcelona is excellent. It's all tapas. It's fantastic.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's wonderful. But the West Side has some really great. I frequent for a social is Buckhead. That's my place. Is Buckhead.
Right.
And however, there are so many great areas of the city that are so phenomenal, and they have a great ambiance and a great buzz and a great energy. The West Side, Old Fourth Ward, Inman Park, the Highlands, you name it. Midtown. Midtown is fabulous.
Yes, there's a lot to
there's
do
a lot
there.
going on. So lots of comedy clubs all over the place. And some of the old staples like the Tabernacle, Smith's Old Bar. I mean, they're just overflowing with stuff to do.
Yes, they have constant activity.
Chastain,
popping up.
the Chastain Park, everyone loves it there. But a lot of our music that's on our iPods is being played in these venues. Why? Because the 20-somethings aren't going out there and doing that. They're hanging home and doing Netflix and going to, bars at like midnight.
Really are. I've been reading about
So
that.
that's what they're doing. So, the people who are spending the money are the second lifers and then what do we want to hear? We want to hear Dancing Queen. We want to hear a lot of that stuff that, or all that
Some
old
good classic two-step rock.
or Bon Jovi or Journey and all of that. So,
Yeah. The flashback hits.
yes.
Yay.
So there's all that going on, and not to mention dating, love, life, health, and as we grow older, even as healthy as we are at this age, there are health issues that we have to be aware of. So we need to keep an eye on that stuff and remain healthy.
And really, even with the upcoming generation, they're actually been having some indications of some of those health problems because of the increasingly sedentary lifestyle.
Well, because they're gaming.
Yeah. Well, now they got the Pokemon Go.
I know. I heard all about
Which
that.
I
Thank
think
God.
is really it's a new app based on Pokemon, which is the anime that started out in the mid '90s, give or take, is when I remember it first becoming big here.
Correct.
And but now they have an app on your phone where you actually have to leave and go out and go to neighborhoods and go to parks and whatever to catch the Pokemon. So you can't just sit at home and play it and progress. You have to get out. So it's quite If you just look up Pokemon Go, you will find news story after news story after news story. But it's a great development. I felt about as excited about that as I did about the Wii Fit when it came out, because
Right.
it was a gaming system where you weren't
Were you
sitting
moving? Were you
down.
moving?
Yes.
You're moving. Right.
In my household growing up, we had computers, but my dad would never buy. We didn't have the Nintendo. We didn't have the Atari. We weren't allowed to have gaming systems growing up because my
I
dad
think you're a
said,
little younger than me.
Yeah, well, just a tiny bit. I did come up in the computer era, but but
No, we went to the park.
okay. Favorite
That was
places
it.
to go for dating. Let's get back on the social track.
Okay. For me,
Let's see what Henry. Do you date?
For dating?
Or I don't want to bust you if you're
No,
no.
for dating. No, I'm not dating right now.
Okay, not dating.
Yeah.
But if you were, where would your number one go-to place be to take a lovely lady of your choosing?
Blue Ridge?
you like the Blue Ridge Grill.
Yeah. No, Blue Ridge Mountains.
You're already going away. You're already going away. That's a nice date.
got the
I'm not wasting
he's
any time. I'm not wasting any time.
not at all.
All right. Well,
there you
I don't
go,
know if that's a
ladies.
first date.
It can only go up from
Just for
there.
a ride. Come on. Just for a ride.
Wait, do I Uber there and meet you?
Top down. Come back to the town.
I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Can we meet there?
He seems
That's
pretty
hilarious.
outstanding. Yeah.
You can see how good I am with dating, right?
Oh, you need to tune into my show.
I do need to tune into the show.
You absolutely do.
We have a new watcher.
You need to read my
in there,
blog and all that
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, I've got all that stuff going on.
Now, to be fair, Steph had to relearn herself after 24 years of marriage.
This is true. I was
So,
married for
yeah.
24 years, so
I was married for 22
it's
years.
okay.
I'm out of the game a little bit.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not. I'm. It's all fun.
Okay.
Yes. Oh,
I'll-
of course.
Trust me, you have a lot. I have a lot to learn from you, for sure.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't know, but well, I don't know if you want to do as I say or do as I do. I don't know.
Well,
Could be
we
fun.
are going to make sure we put Henry's information in the description
Yes.
below, of course, just in case you do have something where, you feel like you'd be a good candidate for his services. But do remember, he's selective, so serious inquiries only.
Absolutely.
What else would you like to leave us with? Any upcoming announcements you have for your business? Anywhere
Well-
you're going to be where people could meet you on a social level? Or?
If anybody has any questions, they can always call me at 404-310-3315. Any questions, pretty much, we can go over it. If I'm a good fit, if there is something that I can help, I'll be glad to.
Right. Excellent. And Steph, tell us
Okay.
the best ways for people to find you. And I know she's got a few. so
Yeah,
we're gonna
I know.
let her go over it.
My blog is on juststeph.com.
Yes.
You can find me. I'm on Facebook. I have 2 pages because I have Just Steph, which is really more inspirational, the dating and taking care of yourself, and living Atlanta for all that's going on. And on the juststeph.com, we're going to be, we're getting to a place where we're going to be, if you subscribe to the calendar, which you'll have access to all the events that are going on around town, for 99 cents a month, we will give you a free ebook of my book that I have published a couple of years ago. The Only Way Is Up, because I'm currently writing 2 other books right now. And so that's there, but also I'm on Instagram as Just Steph 1. I'm on Twitter, Steph Palermo, at Steph Palermo. And that's it, right?
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I think
I think
so.
that's it. So that's everything. And of course, Love 860.
Yes, yes.
Love
Listen
860
live.
on
That's
Thursday, Thursdays 11 to 12:30. Don't miss.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
guys, I'm Vanessa Hundley, aka DJ Audio Prism. If you want to find out more about me, I do a variety of shows all over the city all year long. Everything from my public karaoke events at G's Midtown. Those are on Sundays and Thursdays. Sundays from 6 to 11 and Thursdays from 9 until 1. I do a variety of social events all over. I have a bunch of different charitable events coming up, including the Pebble Tossers 5K 1 mile run, the Swim Across America open water swim, which this year will actually be at Lake Lanier. The last several years we've had it at Lake Spivey, but as it gets bigger, sometimes you have to relocate. So Lake Lanier it is. Both of those events are in September. You can find them on my website. Coming up in November is the Kate's Club Memorial Walk. You'll also find details for that on my website. And Kate's Club is a group that helps children that have lost a parent or a sibling, and I think it's a really wonderful cause. I've been working with them for a series of years. Please, please, please go find out more about them, especially if that's something that really hits home for you, because grieving is a hard process, and it really helps to know there's other people out there that are going through it. And of course, the Toys for Tots Jingle Mingle in December,
That's
guys.
right.
That
That's
will be
right.
there. I also have the link for that on the website as well. So come find me. You can DJ Audio Prism on all the social media stuff, and that would be Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then I'm also on LinkedIn under Vanessa Hundley for all the professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. You guys, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in. Yes.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great meeting you,
Pleasure.
honey.
Pleasure.
Here we are, keeping it real in Atlanta. Dennis, show's all yours next time. Everybody else, make sure you like and subscribe for more from the amazing, magical Dennis Aloia, keeping it real.